From Arusha, we make a short hop to Kigali in Rwanda. Kigali is a bustling city of more than 1 million people. We clear Rwandan customs and immigration and board our buses. We have a 3-hour-plus drive to the Virunga Lodge, so we sit back and enjoy the scenery. One thing that's striking is how many people you see walking or riding bikes or motorbikes, and how few cars there are. We've been places where there are motorcycle taxis, but bicycle taxis are new. We learned that you can hire the bicycle taxis to haul goods too. Land is precious here in this small country, and even near vertical plots are farmed. It must work. The markets are full of produce. We know we're getting close when we get our first look at the volcanoes. It's late in the afternoon when we arrive at Virunga Lodge and settle into our cabin. We have a great view of the lakes below, and we watch the sunset behind the volcanoes. Dinner is in the lodge. We're up with the sun this morning. It looks like it's a fine day for guerrilla trekking. The first step in guerrilla trekking is checking in at park headquarters and being assigned a ranger and a guerrilla group. While the formalities are attended to, we are entertained by traditional dancers. We get in our vehicles and head for the trailhead. We have our walking sticks and we're ready to go. We all have porters to carry our cameras and lunch and to drag us up the hill if necessary.
Yes, and there was a fun
Justine gets special treatment since she hurt her leg in Papua New Guinea.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Wow. How do you know?
Hello.
Okay.
From far away.
Bye. See ya. Let's go. Nice knowing you.
Are we going?
Our ranger waits for us to catch up. The stone wall is the boundary of the Volcanoes National Park. It's not clear why we need an armed guard, but he meets us at the park boundary. The trail is mostly up. And more up. Are we having fun yet? The vegetation is thick and lush. The trail is lined with stinging nettles. Every once in a while, a volcano peeks through the trees. There's good news and bad news. The bad news is the guerrillas have moved. The good news is they're now downhill from us. We make room for Justine and her litter. I don't know how the porters do it. We have arrived. We leave the porters and the trackers cut a path. There he is, the silverback, munching wild celery, a guerrilla favorite. If they notice us at all, they don't seem to mind. They just go about their guerrilla business, which is mainly eating. A typical silverback stands 5'7" and weighs between 300 and 450 pounds. So we make way when the silverback decides that another patch of greens might be more to his liking and walks past us. Besides the silverback, there are several females and immature males in this group. And there are several little ones. We spent quite a bit of our allotted time watching this mother and her baby. Sherry named this contemplative young male the thinker. The allotted hour flies by, and it's time to say goodbye to the gorillas. The rain has started by the time we stop for lunch. We take a different way out, with less climbing, but what passes for a trail is muddy and slippery. It's 5 o'clock by the time we get back to our little cabin, tired and dirty. We get cleaned up and head for the bar. The next morning we have breakfast on the veranda and enjoy a great view. We load up and retrace our route back to Kigali. We're back in Kigali in time for a late lunch at the city's best Italian restaurant. After lunch, we're going to the Genocide Museum. Its mission is to remind us that people are capable of horrific acts when they see another group as different. It's happened many times in many places, not just Rwanda. This remembrance garden contains the mass graves of 250,000 people. With those sobering thoughts, we head for our hotel for one night. Tonight we have our farewell dinner at a restaurant appropriately named Heaven. This morning, we're flying to London with a gas stop in Majorca. Then from London, we'll be flying to Seattle and completing our circumnavigation. Thanks to Johanna, Jill, and Beth for making the trip effortless on our part. Thanks to Dr. Jill for keeping us healthy and stitching us up when we weren't. Thanks to our experts for providing depth to our understanding and also for being good company. And thanks to the crew of the Explorer, especially the engineers who got us flying again in Papua New Guinea. And finally, thanks to our fellow travelers for your company, your curiosity, and your good humor.